I
Okay,
do
we're
it?
live. You
We're
guys
going
going
live.
to Subaru Park or the
I
Larimer?
will be there. I'll be at Subaru Park.
I'm going to the Rue. I will be at the Rue.
Did
You
you
coming
do you
to the
guys
Rue?
RSVP? I didn't even try to RSVP because I didn't want to take up a spot if I didn't have to. But I plan on going
Matt,
to the Larimer.
do you not? I
Did
have
you
to
RSVP?
RSVP for something. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, I'll
Did
do
you?
that.
Because if you didn't, you'd be
No,
stuck at the. They
I
won't
actually.
answer me.
They
They won't
won't
answer
answer
me
you.
on how many people they have. But I
What's the max? Do they? What is
200.
200?
200.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
That's
then they
fun.
asked me about capo stands, and I go, well, let me
We
know
have we have
if you want.
them.
Well, but I'm trying to figure out, are they going to move them to in front of the screen for you guys? We only have two. They're only going to let one person at a time. I know Bill's there. Mike Kettleberg will be there, so I can grab them drums from the container. But that's why I was going to go to the Larimer because I was going to meet my dad and that kind of stuff. Oh, dude, Bill Gussler just said breaking news for those on the cast. Ray Gaddis will join us after the first match.
Dude, man. Okay. From now on, when we ever talk about, what breaking news, say no COVID before the breaking news so I don't have a miniature heart attack. Thank you.
No
Because, I
problem.
mean, now we're in Operation Survive, so I'm just happy to just, have
I didn't
that.
even try to argue. So after the first game's done, we can try to schedule Ray for early next week, even if we have to get it in over the weekend or something. We'll just do that and have it ready. Does that work for you, producer
That's,
Devin?
I'm just going to call you
Can
Basil
I
from
just say
now on.
yes and then
And
whatever
then,
was said, I agree with?
do you want Ray Gaddis on the podcast after the
Oh
first
yeah,
game? Well,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about. We
We're
just got
trying
it
to get him.
confirmed.
We're trying to get him on. Yeah.
Well, we just got to confirm breaking news.
Oh, okay.
I
Good.
saw your
Man,
test, by the way, Devin. It worked.
Okay. Good. 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 I'm getting the link out, and then we'll get
Because,
started.
we can't do Red Bull in this family. So, brought out the. I actually think Monster Energy is actually a quite tasty beverage. I just try not to drink it
depending
very
on the
often.
one, yeah.
This Monster Energy Zero Ultra, so there's
Yeah?
no sugar in it. Uh, I'm not exactly even sure what the flavor is. It feels citrusy. Like I mean I know most of them do, but it's just like yeah, it's just this white label. It's just called Zero Ultra.
We
There's
used to
no
have it at the
sugar in it.
tailgates back in the day, man, when I used to get free Monster for us.
I mean, and I have a love-hate relationship with the energy drinks
Oh, yeah.
because I don't think they work on me.
No, they're psychosomatic.
I think a lot of them are.
Yeah.
But I want like sometimes I actually do feel like oh my god my heart's going
But the heart
a little more
palpitation shit is
extra.
real because that's just a lot of caffeine and sugar and that taurine crap. That can make your heart
Yeah.
go palpitate.
Yeah, and that it has taurine in it, but it doesn't have the sugar in it. And I think it's
Yeah.
low. And it says L caffeine, which I think is supposed to be low caffeine.
No, that's just a different form of caffeine. It's like
Oh, that's fine.
liquid caffeine, so it just like
Low. Oh.
shoots through your system like taking a weed suppository. It just gets right in there, Adam.
First off, that doesn't sound as fun as you think it does.
I don't want to know, but
That,
All
by
right.
the way, anyone does with the hat of the pod? I think I'm now going to do hats of the pod, and
Hats of
this
the pod.
lovely Jen comes from obviously Myrtle Beach, but one of the many beach stores in Myrtle Beach that, and all the flags are fishes.
you
Wow.
you
It's
you should
adorable.
just go buy out all of surf. What the hell's that cheesy surf shop down there? Surfwear,
Which
Sunside.
one?
They've got the
There
crappy
is none.
windbreakers that everyone wears down there.
Can we have an entire part of the podcast where I talk about my conspiracy theories about the many beach stores in Myrtle Beach? I just want to
Yes,
swing. I just want to sling that in there real quick because
I'm with it.
both me and my darling mother have formed many conspiracy theories on why there is more beach stores than humans per capita in Myrtle Beach.
Because there's more white trash in Myrtle Beach that shops at those stores.
First off, I love those stores, and I'm very much African American trash. Thank you very much.
Just
Second,
saying,
and this is real.
there's a lot. Listen,
Second,
you see more tank tops in Myrtle Beach than you do anywhere else in the world.
I tell you, everyone, it's the Jersey Shore of the South with like
Oh yeah,
legitimately.
it's mullets and tank tops, man, and Budweiser.
Don't get me started on Bike Week, but I will say this: they've peeled back the Confederate flag just a smidge, which I was a little bit shocked by myself.
So it's Star N Bar, not Stars N Bars. They
Yeah,
just do
it's
like one.
well. See, here's the thing. All right, so the band Alabama, for some reason, got
Sweet
like
home Alabama.
is that even the same band? I don't even know if that's the same band. It
That
might
would be stupid if they were singing "Sweet Home Alabama" about themselves.
Yeah, I think that's Skinnerd. I don't know. My
I
answer
think
for
that
most of
Skinner
that
does
shit
"Sweet Home
Skinnerd.
Alabama."
Yeah, my answer for most of that shit is Skinnerd. No disrespect to the country music fans out there, but like Skinnerd. But legitimately, so there's like one bar on the boardwalk in Myrtle Beach that supposedly Alabama got their start on, and it just has this giant Confederate flag, and it just has the word Alabama across it, and it's like the home or like the starting place of Alabama. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm almost inclined to let them keep it.
Now, Adam, what great buddy flick had its climatic scenes in said Myrtle Beach, including the famous Myrtle Beach Convention Center?
What buddy flick? This was not Tango and Cash.
Nope.
Hmm.
Well, it's buddies. It's a group of buddies. It's
Oh.
not limited to two
Oh.
gents. It's
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me
a
okay.
rollicking amount of gents that drove up from Florida in a food truck.
I
Former professional wrestler was one of these guys. One guy's married to Sofia Varga.
oh I'm a Sam Mamasani Matusa. Okay. Just give it to me because I'm not trying to rack my brain
Do
on
you
it
want
right
to steal
now.
this for three, Devin?
Please.
I'm
What?
already out of this.
It's a little
Devin knows.
Magic Mike XXL, buddy.
Oh God. First off, you saw the sequel.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's way better than the original. Way better.
I
Magic Mike
barely
XXL
saw the first one.
is a buddy flick. It's a dude's road trip. It's not a chick flick.
The thing about this is, and this is like, I love having that connection to Myrtle Beach because it's like my connection's an authentic one. Like my family is from literally down the street from Myrtle Beach, so like going to that was a part of my childhood. Unironically, going to Myrtle Beach 4 to 5 times a year. Like I've been down there twice in the past 3 weeks, and I'm probably going to go 2 more times this summer at least. You
The
know.
best part was during that movie. Like, there's a couple scenes and they're cruising the strip, and you're like, they still do that, and people cruise that strip like, and it's not like teenagers. It's like grown ass adults are cruising in their cars on that strip.
You
Like,
like people get on Atlantic Avenue thinking they're gonna see some shit, and what they did, they just got into traffic. Because
yeah,
it's like it's not like
it's the
there's that.
Schuylkill Expressway, but they got beers.
Well, it's just not even like that many people are gonna be driving per se. It's just the fact that everyone's gonna be driving 16 miles an hour because they want to be A, looked at, and B, look at everything. Especially like
Uh, 2 miles an hour, so everybody sees you.
exactly. It's just like so like while I was living on South Street, it was obviously a thing that happened. But when I got older, it seemed to happen less because I think everyone finally came to the conclusion that South Street didn't have jack comma shit on it. And that was a really fun moment because I think people just kind of stopped coming. But it was just like when I was a kid, there was this place on Martha's Vineyard in Oak Bluffs called Circuit Avenue, and it's just this little tiny like alley that everyone drives down and becomes the worst traffic jam on a Friday night. And you only go onto this street to be seen by other people because otherwise you're just going to sit on a tiny 7 block street for like 35 minutes for no reason, But I love that culture. I just love that idea of just I'm here just to sit in my car. Please look at me.
Any Any questions on the notes?
I actually
Well,
read them. I'm trying to be better, which I actually think is going to, by proxy, make me worse.
so a couple things before we get started. I
Yes.
got a just like last week. I got another video. It's the one that the union posted, so I'm sure you guys have both seen it.
The
But
Mackenzie one.
I'm gonna play
The
it.
Mackenzie
Yes,
one?
because
Yeah.
it is gold.
Gold,
I don't
Jerry.
think there's any other word for it. So and then
Gold.
also Jamie says hi, Adam. Um,
Hey, Jamie.
Migs
Oh
wants to
man.
know who's making fun of Matt's Disney knowledge, and I think that's just all of us.
We
So,
will all
Pretty
make
much
fun
my
of Matt's
father
Disney.
did.
yeah.
My father did on
Um,
Devin's Facebook page.
and Jared asked if you're going to the watch party, Adam.
I just, texted some people in my circles to see if I can, because I did not do the RSVPing that I probably should have done.
You could
And
probably
here
just tag
I
along with me, and they'll let you in. It's fine.
am. Yeah, I think I already. Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool.
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
cool.
They said they can't hear me. They can't hear me.
I can hear
I hear
you.
you.
Oh
The,
no,
the people.
Molly.
The
Molly, are
people.
you sure you can't hear Devin? He is a soft-spoken individual, but
Maybe it's just really quiet. Let me see. Hold on.
turn your microphone up, or start yelling. Can you do that?
I could yell.
You
Hold
gonna
on one
wake the
second.
baby?
Disney knowledge is very useful, but he only has the
Who said
Disney
that?
knowledge that's not very useful. It's just like he has Disney knowledge of like park formations and like, hotel accommodation.
That's our producer.
Fun times. We're not even
It does sound
recording
Alright.
yet. That's
cleaner
the
now.
fun
There
part.
was like a
You're all.
background hissing.
Alright, what's that?
You
So-
sounded
well,
like
no,
you were
now
in a
there's not this
small wind
background.
tunnel.
I am. That's the catch. Alright.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I need to
How
get
many
background.
people are?
crap.
we got 10 people.
How many
here.
people are streaming?
Uh,
Ooh.
let's see. Anybody say anything good? What are we
Yeah.
drinking? What are we drinking, guys?
Oh, I'm actually on brand today. Got
Ooh.
Yurds.
Yours.
Yurds. The Yurds. Summer Crush.
Boom. Same
I-
thing on brand.
Nice.
I got water. Does this count?
Only because
No.
you're a parent.
It would if it was water.
Water.
Water doesn't count here, but water counts.
No, he lives not directly in the city, so he can say water like normal people.
Know
with
your audience,
pronunciations.
man. Know your audience.
Yeah,
Alright,
half it's the main line, bruh.
Let's show our video and we'll get started. Well, not our video.
Oh, we're
This is-
starting the video,
this
and
is,
then
we're
That's how
gonna
you
start
get
with the video.
sued, right there.
No,
Devin.
we're not gonna get sued. Who's gonna sue us? The union? Come on now.
It's very.
yeah, they need the
yeah.
money.
They need us on that wall.
You might be right. So for those who have not seen it, which I'm sure everybody has at this point, the union put out this amazing video today with beautiful commentary from the man Mark McKenzie.
And the best is I saw myself on the Union Zoom screenshot.
yeah,
I'm like, there I am.
if you're lucky, you might catch yourself in there.
There's
So,
knees. I was not in this video. I'll voice my
It's
displeasure
probably
later.
the first one you're not in, so
Yeah,
I can't really have any sympathy for you.
I'm distraught.
All right, let's play this thing here.
Wow, that was awesome.
These changes will disrupt life in Philadelphia. For now, I urge all businesses and residents to observe these restrictions so that the
smile. We also
These changes will disrupt life in Philadelphia. For now, I urge all businesses and residents to observe these restrictions so that the threat of this virus can quickly be eliminated.
Philadelphia, it's been a year, and we're only about halfway through. Over the last few months, we've had to find new ways to stay in touch, new ways to keep our minds stimulated, while always remembering to find time for a smile. We also know what has taken place this year will stay with us forever. During the coronavirus pandemic, our medical professionals have been superheroes, working tirelessly to keep us safe. They put their lives on hold and put themselves at risk, underscoring what it means to be essential. To all of those who played a role, our promise to you is that we will never, ever forget it.
All the doctors, all the nurses, all the healthcare professionals who are out there on the front lines.
They're doing an amazing job during this pandemic.
Thank you for everything you guys are doing.
Big thank you.
To all of them, thank you.
To all of you, thank you so much.
While the virus sent most of us home, it was something deeper and even more dangerous that brought many of us back out. America was forced to come face to face with perhaps its most uncomfortable truth, that systemic racism still exists in our society. The murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery are only the latest names on a list in which one is too many, and all are a tragedy. But from this tragedy came a movement which is geared change that puts us on the road to an actual form of equality. People have been saying this time it's different. It only will be if we make it different, all of us, together. Now, as we try to move forward, we, as players, as a team, have a job, a responsibility to bring the beautiful game back to life.
Philadelphia Union will transition to full team workouts tomorrow. Major League Soccer formally announced plans to resume play next month in Orlando.
Things will look different and feel different, at least to start, as we begin to define the pathway forward. And though we'll be 1,000 miles away, we still want you loud and proud, just from home. We will get through this, united in our goals and aspirations. So until it's safe to get the band back together, keep the hope, keep fighting for Philly, and let the games begin.
Nice work by them.
There we go.
That was fun.
That was beautiful there. I really like
Devin, that was your number 6 right there talking to you.
I gotta say, that's probably like one of my, maybe one of my favorite videos the Union have put out. There's been a few good ones, but that's definitely gonna be on the top there.
It's fun watching the evolution of their like media department as a whole, because it's just like you're watching them. Just remember when they started out and they were just like, "Hey man, we're just gonna put out weird fan videos occasionally," and then they've become an actual like impressive force over there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good
So
work.
shout out
Good
to that
work.
team over there.
Devin, is there any reason the stream doesn't come up? I just have the map.
What?
In
I
the
think-
window.
No, that's
Hmm?
boy. All right.
I mean, I've got it on my phone.
So, Matt, that is not the actual stream. That is just my computer is connected as a call for the.
Because
for
I
the
haven't.
audio.
All right, I'm
Oh,
just
boy.
looking at the stream on the on YouTube. That's why I wanted to know if it didn't pop up.
Boy. All right, this is great.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Anyway.
Man, I'm just trying to keep you in line. Shit. All right, we
That's the explanation. I like that one.
We can start recording here, and
We
We
ready?
were recording?
We're
You.
recording. We're recording now. Good.
Adam, are
No.
you ready?
Wait, hold on. Okay, cool.
We'll wait till you get done playing with your dolls. Okay.
Action.
Adam, you're
Legos.
good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Record it live from the Random Secret Studios across Philadelphia and the Delaware Valley.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the
The
pod. Adam, welcome to episode number Chase World Effing Champions.
Episode Kyle Korver in his rookie season.
That too. I'd rather go with Chase Utley than Kyle Korver, but that's okay. I understand. It's
You don't remember the slickness of Aston Kutcher playing small forward for the Sixers, man? I mean, Chase Utley's fun, but man, that was a sight.
well, Chase Utley A won a World Series, B cursed in front of all the kids, and C he would have won the 3-point championship, but Kyle didn't.
That's ice cold, man. That's ice cold.
And by the
But
way,
fair.
Kyle didn't come back.
Also fair.
Yeah, so screw
Also
that
fair.
guy. Hey, so episode 26, this week's guest is just us.
Cool.
We actually have some content to talk about. So we just are going to record live. We're on the stream, and we're going to do a deep dive into the aptly named MLS's Back Tourney. Such a great name. Their marketing department is just scoring all over the place with that stuff.
I mean, if you don't want to be a mom and pop league, maybe not make a league that is or don't make a tournament that sounds like mom and pop literally did it.
I know. Now, speaking of good marketing, we're going to do the beer of the pod.
What
think
you
most
drinking?
of us been on brand. I've got a little 2S Pills from our friends at 2SP. I think you're drinking from
Yerds.
the Yards.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, the Larimer will be having a viewing party. So we got all three, the trifecta of breweries in our area that give love to the Sons of Ben and Sons of Ben the Pod, Yards, 2SP, and the Larimer. So make sure you get out there and support. Little news. We will have some viewing parties. I don't think I told you guys this, but as you know, Subaru Park is going to have a viewing party on the big screen. 200 people. That's it. So if you didn't RSVP, you better be doing it now or you might not get in. But good news, if you don't get in, the Larimer's going to have a viewing party. I talked to Matt Lindemuth. He got a screen and a projector that he says will be visible in the daytime since this is 9 a.m. And there's going to be breakfast beers, breakfast sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. Also just confirmed about half hour ago, Kildare's in Westchester will be open. Since they're in the county, they can have people inside, and they're going to open the bar and the kitchen, the outdoor area with TVs, so you can be spaced out in a bar. So Kildare's Westchester, and we will be able to announce soon through the Sons of Ben media, our social media. Drunken Union Zoom will do a viewing party, but they're working stuff out with the team, so we will communicate whenever Jared lets us know how we can communicate it, but they will be doing a Zoom watch party, so if you're stuck at work and you can just get on the screen, you can do that, so that will happen. So we've got a couple options if you don't want to just sit at home or in your office alone and you watch the game. You look perplexed, Adam.
No, I'm thinking about the idea of just like like I've watched many a Union game by myself, so I'm just like, I mean, hey man, sometimes you need the good meditation of a beer, the Union and solitude. Sometimes that's a nice little detox.
But
if
I've been
you
watching
don't-
Premier League. Yeah, but if you don't, we got some viewing parties. If you feel isolated enough during this time, feel free to jump in. What is that? Oh, I don't know. I'm not even looking at the comments now. That'll distract me.
No, we were just talking about Captain America himself and his dirty, nasty performance today. in all of the days since COVID has ended. So we'll talk about that later, though. Well, I don't want to jump
That's
there.
in the
I
notes.
know.
That's getting
I
there. I know.
actually read the show notes today, so we'll get to it eventually. But yeah,
This is uncharted
Employee of the
territory
month.
here.
that's called a tease. I also did, because I knew we were on the stream today, I did the beard wash, so it's gonna look extra soft today in the pod. So you know.
Ah, that's all we can hope for.
That's what we keep you around for.
Here
Now,
for the facial
speaking
tips.
of Drunken Union Zoom, they will return on Friday, so it will be, I guess, a Drunken Union recap of I'm gonna say 2-1 victory over NYUFU.
2-1.
That
2-1.
seems extremely specific, but I'm here for that.
I'm going with the old
I'm-
1-0.
Well, you're negative because you said New York University was going to win. So
No. I think the Union are going to.
no, not you, Adam. Devin did.
Wait. When did I say New York was going to win? Did I say that
Last week you said that's a
Did I say
loss. You go, that's a loss.
Oh yeah, I did say that. I did.
Man, we
All right.
got it recorded, man. Come on.
I can't,
About
I
to
can't
say-
go back in my word now, huh?
I already said that they're going to trailblaze through this entire tournament, and now on the sheer principle that like we're losing a team per every 2 days, it's just going to be them and Colorado left. And I'm here for that.
Listen, I think
Yeah.
now the odds got changed. The Union are now underdogs, so I think that just propels them to a win.
We can clean up those old underdog masks from the Eagles season and start sporting them again. Just dust those out, clean them off, put some hand sanitizer on it, and wear the underdog mask, and we can roll through this tournament the way we should. Now, Devin, did you get to watch any of Jim Curtin's press conference today?
I did. I got bits and pieces, and I heard all the big points there.
Well,
big
did you
points.
hear what I'm going to introduce as the Jim Curtin fake quote of the week?
I bet I didn't.
Well,
think
Jim
on
was
principle.
asked. Jim was asked by a reporter last year. Jim, it was a record number of coaches after playing the Union were relieved of their duties. How do you feel coming into this tournament, facing NYUFU? And you want to know how Jim answered that?
Oh boy.
Jim said, "I don't care. I got a family to feed. Ronnie Delia, after this game, he can go under the Verrazano Bridge and, perform acts for money. I don't really care. But it's a good thing that he's going to have to wear a mask because he's ugly." That was Jim Curtin, fake
Direct
quote of the
quote.
week.
Direct quote.
So, just real quick, the Verrazano. Any just particular reason why that one? Just
I don't think Rodney can do the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't think he's high end enough.
well, I was gonna say the Gothels. Just get you over from Jersey over to Staten Island. I think that it's a very nice bridge, but just the location of it's terrible.
You might want to take that up with fake Jim Curtin quote of the week, but I
will.
think that's was one of his best quotes this week. So,
I'm here for
Jim,
that.
feel free to use that one too, because Deli is an ugly mofo and he's got to wear a mask to earn his money.
All right.
Good job, Jim. So, speaking of Union news, guess where the Union are right now, Adam?
And to remember the song of the great poets from Book of Mormon, Orlando, Orlando, Orlando.
I was hoping for an O-Town song from you or something like.
No. Show tunes is what the people want, and show tunes is what I'm going to give them.
Well, speaking of what the people of Philadelphia want, it came true. Dallas goes bye-bye. I mean, granted, we want all of Dallas to go bye-bye, but Dallas goes bye-bye.
So here's the thing that I feel bad about, because I'm obviously the weirdly empathetic person here for no reason. I was
Because you're from the
watching-
main line.
I think that's it. I think that's it. We've all been bullied, and we all just understand bullying of others, so it's okay. Hey man. We're the ones that are not liked in all of the movies. I just want to throw that out there. But it's interesting that I was watching the MLS feed for maybe it was Instagram, and Dallas was one of the first teams to get to Orlando, and they had the guys were all on their balconies, all pretending like they were fake DJs in like an empty was it the swan, the dolphin, the crab, whatever it was. And it was just they were like, all right, we're here. We're all wearing masks. We're all just like gonna hang out, and then we'll see if we're gonna play soccer. And then they just dropped one after another, and it was just like, this might. And like none of them were testing positive before they left Dallas, and now all of them have it. And I'm like, yeah, I guess maybe bringing them to Florida wasn't a good idea.
Okay. First,
Well,
none of them got it from Florida. Let's get that.
That's it.
Let's get that out of the way there.
according to world-renowned journalist Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer, Major League Soccer was forced Monday to send FC Dallas home after 10 players and a coach tested positive for COVID-19. All are believed to have carried the virus into the bubble.
Yes, they carried it from Dallas. One
Yeah.
of them, or a few of them, had it in Dallas. They flew to Florida. They all trained and did all their crap and spread it within their team. It did not come from Florida itself. It came from Dallas.
I stand corrected. However, I still think it's in the bubble, regardless.
Well,
Just
so-
because Florida is Florida.
Well, listen, all I can say to Dallas is go back to Dallas, bring that crap back to Dak where you got it, give it to Zeke. Or no, you got it from Zeke, give it to Dak. Just spread it all over Dallas, keep it down there because your governor doesn't believe in masks, and that's why y'all got the COVID. I'm not that empathetic as you.
I know.
I hope
mean,
Fafa's okay.
there's a good cop bad cop dynamic on this podcast, and I fully embraced me as like the angel of nuance. That's my role here.
So you're saying I'm tear gassing everybody, huh?
If anyone has ever watched the Lebitard show, one of my favorites, that they're now cutting to only 2 hours after usually at 3 hours. That's another conversation for another day. They have what we like to call the demon of debate and the angel of nuance, and Matt is 1000% the demon of debate, and I respect that. And I like to be the angel of nuance when I can. Just gotta bring some levity.
Now, speaking of angels and demons, our very own, I'm going to say demon, the Don told ESPN, we'll have to work with Dallas on replacing the 3 regular season games that they'll miss. Blah, 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 blah. But he just basically said, like, we're going to have to be mindful that we're going to reschedule games due to weather and other things as they come up. So apparently, according to Don, they're going to treat, people getting the COVID like if you tore a knee ligament or we had a rain out or something like that. So just, rub some dirt on it and we're going to keep going.
Oh boy.
Okay, so just like real quick. Not even gonna be a long one. Just real quick. Let's real quick. Why are we doing this? What's
Money.
this for?
It's money.
What is this for?
money.
And more importantly, here's the thing. Yes, MLS has to do this because they need to play to survive. They are not one of these leagues that can afford to not play. However, this is the dumbest thing I have seen in a while. Because look, it went exactly how everyone thought it was going to go. And so far, terribly. First off, the accommodations have seemed to be subpar. The food looks also subpar. Even though they're like, but they have restaurants and all that. And we'll talk about the compensation that the teams have to do for these $65 lunches later. That's fine. I get it. You have to pay people who weren't there. Times are tough. Whatever. I don't even want to talk to the stuff that I saw the WNBA had to deal with down there in Orlando. It seems like the Sochi Olympics all over again, and with worse because there's a pandemic outside. I think we don't need to do this. It's a farce championship anyway. No one's going to take who wins the MLS Cup this year seriously. I mean, we will crown that person. They'll go to Champions League. That'll be cool. But we're going to look at it and be like, yeah, that was the weirdest bleeping season in the history of bleeping seasons,
So you want to see the biggest difference between a mom and pop league and an established league? Here's the difference. MLS is going to try to start play tomorrow. Teams literally traveled down yesterday to Orlando. 3 days from traveling to Orlando to playing games. Now look at the NBA. What
Wait,
is the NBA doing? What are we
Devin,
doing?
hold on. In their defense, the 2 teams that are playing tomorrow are both Florida-based franchises.
All right, Thursday. I'll give you Thursday. I'll give you
Okay.
3 days. 3 days in between.
Yeah.
Still, NBA, they're starting to bring teams down already.
Yes.
They don't even start play until the end of July.
No. Yeah.
There's
Well,
the
the
biggest
MLS allowed teams to decide when they wanted to come down to get acclimated, and I'm
Yeah.
sure some players were, let's wait till the last minute,
Yeah.
because when they get down there, they need to do the first 24 hours alone in the room before they can train again. So I'm sure some coaches were like, well, we feel it's safer in Toronto than it is in Orlando. But if I was in Dallas, I'd want to get out of Dallas. Yeah,
I see where
that's
you're coming from.
COVID.
I'm
Well,
not
why
saying
wouldn't
it's-
the Galaxy want to get out of Los
And-
Angeles?
Well, and even, well, that's a whole nother. And then even Nashville. I mean, Nashville's getting hit, and they brought it with them
Yeah.
because Nashville's a spike. I mean, that
I'm not
6
saying
team might be a
it's-
5 team.
I'm not saying it's the MLS's fault per se, because the only reason we didn't have enough time at the beginning is because the MLS and the players went back and forth and back and forth,
Yeah.
and because the original idea was to have
Well, that's the
weeks
MLS's
of-
fault.
Yeah,
I,
we
will,
could
I
blame
don't
it on
even.
the
Here's the
MLS,
thing. I don't even
but-
blame the leagues for that. I mean, like, because here's the thing. When they, all right, like the leagues had to try something, right? Like all these leagues came out here and they had to try something. I don't blame them for the attempt. But what I'm going to have a problem with is if they hold on to the dream of playing these things beyond the obviousness of this ain't gonna work. That's when I'm going to have a problem, you know?
And here's where I'm gonna and I'll just tell you right now how important this might be for the other sports. Today, in unprecedented news history of the history of Philadelphia, Alejandro Bedoya, because that's the way he pronounced it, was on the Mike Missinelli show. This might be the first time that a Union player has been on the show that the team didn't have to sponsor and pay for them to be on the show. And Mike Missinelli, who I predicted would mispronounce his name, but he went the other route where he overpronounced his name.
Oh,
it
he is
wasn't
that guy.
It wasn't Alejandro Bedoya from New Jersey. It was Alejandro Bedoya, like he thought he was from Colombia. Like,
No, he
calm
got
down,
he
Missinelli.
got Miami Bedoya. There's two
Oh, yeah.
Bedoyas that we don't
Yeah.
want to talk about. There's
got
Ali
Fort
from
Lauderdale.
Jersey.
Yeah.
There's Ali from Jersey. There's Alejandro.
So Missinelli brings him on, which is unprecedented in Philly sports talk radio. Philly sports. We can't even get the Union on 6 ABC News, and they air the games, for God's sakes. So he's on, and really everything that Missinelli wanted to talk about, and you could see him getting frustrated because Bedoya would just speak and speak and speak, and he just wanted to be like, well, we hope you guys do because we're going to see how this happens so the NBA can get going. So this is a litmus test for other leagues to see if this works.
Which is
And
fine.
it had to happen. And we had, I keep saying, we had Alexi Lalas. Remember what he said? He goes, if you care about this sport growing in the United States, if you care about this league surviving, you need to play this tournament in Florida. Something's got to happen. They're playing this tournament in Utah. They've got to happen. And what I'm going to say, and, you'll tell me it's my Disney flag flying, but Disney is not Orlando. It is not the same thing. If there's an organization in this world besides the U.S. Army that cares about cleanliness, it's these fanatics. So they are stuck in a hotel. They go to the training facility, back to the hotel. They're in a bubble, So the only way this COVID is really coming in is if you're bringing it in.
Dude,
That's the biggest thing. As long as these players do what they're supposed to do, they should be okay.
Yeah.
did you see the laundry room that the WNBA had to use?
Well, that's the WNBA. They're not at Disney
Look, man,
World. They're
look.
they're in a glorified high school outside of Orlando. Joel
Fair.
Embiid wouldn't go to that high school. I mean, yeah.
Fair.
I'm in the
Now-
same pool there. Go ahead, Adam.
No, look. Your points are valid. I'm not even going to pretend like they're not. And I hear you that I would assume Disney would do all of the things possible to make this go off because this is also their reputation on the line, low key, in a way that people are not discussing. Because if Disney can't keep their stuff clean, then it's going to be weary for people returning to their parks and whatnot. But here's the thing about this is, and this is just what I find interesting about this whole moment is we stopped the league, like all sports leagues, for Rudy Gobert, right? Like one dude got corona and we stopped every sporting league in North America, right? We have entire teams and coaching staffs and GMs and executives getting corona, and we're still trying to throw this together. I understand that we've learned a lot about the disease between March and June, and July, now that we're in it. It just seems it almost seems insulting. It just seems like the money is so important, and I get why it's important, but it almost seems insulting that they're putting these guys into this situation like this. And now we have the issue of it was brought into the bubble. You're saying like, okay, Disney was clean, but now Dallas has infiltrated Disney and made it unclean. So what are we doing now?
I feel like
Dallas is like herpes. You just gotta like scrub it out, and you'll be all right.
Herpes is also permanent, and there's no cure.
So I feel like you're saying that now, but in the next month or so, we're gonna see the NBA start. We're gonna see the NHL start. So in a month, are we gonna have a different perspective of it? You know what I mean? Like it's not only going to be the MLS at that point. You're gonna have multiple leagues trying to start up again, and it's not just going to be the MLS being the MLS. You know what I mean?
Adam, sing along with me. La da dee, la da da. You know the words. Life goes on.
Oh God. First off, and here's the thing. Shout out to the NHL for getting this right. They were going to put this in America for some reason. No, put all of those bubbles in Canada. What were they thinking?
Why did the MLS do that?
We're going to put it in Vegas. Why?
Canada only has turf.
I mean, sure. We played a World Cup there. I know it was a women's World Cup, and the disrespect the women get, we can have a conversation about that later. But I'm like, look, man, we could have played that. And we could it's warm now in Canada. Toronto's very nice this time of year. We could have made this happen in a place where COVID wasn't going rampant. But we decided Florida.
I mean, you look at the Premier League and the Bundesliga, those players are living in their own houses and playing.
Yeah. And Germany's scary right now too.
Yeah, I mean, isn't there more so they're trying to control it. The guy, I mean, the biggest thing and for the MLS and for the NBA right now is, do you trust your own players to do the right thing? To stay within the system. In the NBA, I don't.
No. Joel Embiid said it himself. He does it. Embiid said, I'm inside my apartment playing video games all day. I don't trust everybody else. Which he's called out Ben Simmons. I'm just saying that right now.
Oh, yeah. I wish he was inside his workout facility instead of playing video games. But we'll get into that during the Fusion Happy Hour.
First off, don't steal my Fusion Happy Hour unless you want to do the Sixers second. Because we can add that here, too.
Now, speaking of activities, did you see what the boys were doing down at the old Swan and Dolphin? Not the fake DJ Dallas people, not the cheesy crap that Columbus does, but did you see what our boys in blue were doing?
I just want to say that the Swan and Dolphins are like a really expensive strip club, but that's okay. What were they doing?
They took advantage of that one free golf outing.
They did do that. I'm also still pissed off that they're making them pay for their own golf outings and shit. After one free, then after that you got to pay. No, that still seems ridiculous. But that's another story. Here's the thing: who else is using the courses?
Oh, the courses are open to Florida, man. Trust me, there's elderly people out
there.
But
using the ones in Buena Vista, in the bubble, aren't they?
Florida's open.
Is the golf course that they're using in the bubble though? That's the point, right?
Oh, I don't know. See, they probably
the golf courses have to be in the bubble. That would be the only. That would make no sense. I'm assuming there's a golf course that Disney has because Disney has
got a couple. Do you want me to read through them or
no? That's fine. We can do that after my Fusion minute. But so then the golf courses, there's a good chance that one of these golf courses falls into the bubble. So I'm okay with them golfing in the bubble, but then I'm saying you can't let normal people into the bubble. Floridians are not allowed into the bubble, are they not?
No, yeah, the employees are, and Floridians. It's golf.
But the employees are getting screened.
It's golf though. What they wash the golf cart and you're okay. They're not going to play with people outside of the bubble, but other people could be on the golf course. You can be 6 feet away easily from other people on the golf course. That's encouraged.
That's fair. I mean, fair and fine.
Now the fishing excursions I worry about because I don't know who's testing the guide when he's driving them around on the boat. But
are they using a yacht?
No, they're using little crappy bass boats, man.
I mean, then how do you There's half of these shits don't even have 6 feet of space
That's what
on
I mean. I'm hoping they let
the
the drive their own
standing.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah, like does everyone get a canoe? What are we
Mark
doing?
McKenzie has got his boater's license, but that's not here or there. But the boys went out and golf. They did some bonding, and they've just been pretty much playing. What was that Call of Duty I saw? Well, Kai Wagner and Allie was playing at him. You're the resident expert.
Yes, that was Warzone. And
Warzone.
I haven't downloaded it yet, only because I haven't freed up 700 gigabytes
Yeah, you
on
need
my
that
hard
space.
drive just to to get it downloaded. So
Kai's been he streams on Twitch actually. He's pretty out there with the gaming world.
That just warms my heart. Let me tell you, I'm feeling so good about that right now.
look, man, it's okay. You don't have to be the gaming representative on the pod. That's fine. We have others for
I
that.
think we've established
Yeah.
that.
When we
not
have a
bad.
conversation about like Tron or like Pong or like Ms. Pac-Man, I'll call you, man. I got you.
Now, sorry, Devin, do we have any more MLS news before we go across the globe
So
for
first
some
of all,
breaking?
I thought so with our Disney Master here. I thought I would have already known this, but I just found out this week the Swan and the Dolphin are two separate hotels.
Yes,
I'm thinking it's
they're
one
on the
big ass
same grid.
hotel.
No, man, I don't.
No,
think you pay attention
each
enough.
hotel is named after a freaking animal that is also aquatic. That's
But
the
they
thing.
are
It's a
joined.
theme.
Now,
Not a
Devin, they
Disney
share the
Master
same.
here.
They share the same
Yeah.
property, and they're joined by a convention center. And they're right by the boardwalk, and they're right by the Yacht and Beach Club.
How many
Yachts and
convention
hotel
centers
beach
do they
clubs.
have?
At Walt Disney World, you've got might be 6 now.
6 convention centers?
Contemporary Yacht and Beach's got a small one. Swan and Dolphin, Coronado, Grand Floridian. Oh yeah, there's a ton of convention space.
What's the number one convention center? I'm really curious about this actually. Like if you
The one
are
that the
if you're
monorail goes
Amazon.
through.
Oh, the one with the monorail goes. That's so if like you're Amazon, you're
Yeah.
Bezos, but you want to have your convention down in Florida. Which one are you using?
Well, you're going to
Monorail?
go to the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. That's one of the biggest in the world.
Wow.
But if you're the NBA, Adam, if you're in the NBA,
yeah.
you're putting your practice floors in a crappy convention center at Coronado Springs.
So, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, bringing it back to video games. If anyone's played NBA 2K in the past couple of years, they
Real
have.
quick, Kirsten, we know Swan and Dolphin isn't Disney owned. We've established that's Marriott Starwood. Don't worry.
No, we
Kirsten's
did it.
jumping down our
I had
throat.
no idea
Yes,
about this.
We talked
When did
about
we
that
talk
way
about
in
We
the
talked
beginning.
about that.
When
We
I
talked.
broke this news that they were at the Swan and Dolphin, I said they're Marriott Starwood owned.
First off, who's Starwood?
Starwood's now owned by Marriott. Used to be Sheridan.
Okay, cool. I'm learning so
And Michael
much on this
Grace was the
podcast.
architect for the Swan and Dolphin. But anyhow,
I've learned more on this podcast than the listeners. I can definitely say that. But no, without a doubt, I find it fascinating that they have these lovely courts that they've built. They've only built like 4 courts so far, and they put 2 of Orlando's courts. And like from what I figure, the wood was closer. Was how this worked. Like it
Well,
was
the
easy to
teams
transport the
flew
wood
the teams flew or drove
with their
down.
courts.
They shipped their courts down.
Okay.
So that's the court from the Wells Fargo Center for the Sixers. Maybe some
Why?
teams couldn't do it to practice.
Oh, so these are just practice courts. Like they're not
So
going to
they're
play
gonna
the actual
practice
game
next
on
to
these.
each other in a crappy convention center at the Coronado.
Why? So like, because like I saw these things, and the first 4 courts I saw were what was it? It was Orlando. It was Orlando. Both
I
of
saw
Orlando.
Atlanta.
Both of Atlanta's, Miami's, the Pacers, and then both of
Yeah.
Orlando's like courts and their secondary courts. But anyway, that that was
So
up.
back to MLS.
Oh,
What?
what?
Actually, Jared gave us the cattle prod this time. He said talk soccer, not Disney. So there's that.
Jared,
So
Jared, you calm down. We will
so
get
no,
to. I have questions about
Jared's
the
getting-
Disney.
Jared's getting banned from the pod.
What?
First
I
banning
got
out.
questions about Disney, man. Let me just get these out right quick, man. We'll talk about we got time.
So, other MLS news here. Jim Curtin said there's a few injuries.
No, he said Knox.
There was a few
Don't make me
knocks.
fake quote
Okay.
you.
All right. But he did say Sergio Santos, what did he say?
He
Could
got a knock.
potentially play. And when you word it like that, I feel like potentially play means he's probably not gonna. He's definitely not playing 90, and he like would be hopeful for a sub, I guess.
As someone that fake quotes Jim Curtin all the time in his regular life, let me tell you what that quote really means.
What does it mean,
Hey,
brother?
Ronnie Della, suck it, buddy. I'm not telling you who's going to play and who isn't, because we know you're going to be under the Verrazano Bridge unemployed after this game. I'm not telling you squat. Andrew Wooten has got a knock. He's probably saying the water boy has got a knock on him too. He's not telling you crap, man. He's doing the Andy Reid injury report garbage. Don't worry. Did you see Sergio's quads? My man hasn't missed a leg day. He hasn't missed a leg day this entire quarantine. While
What
Joel
is
Embiid
that?
is playing video games, he's doing leg extensions. So
Look,
he'll
man,
be fine.
Joel Embiid is staying out of trouble. And in 2020, this is what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing.
Joel Embiid needs to get himself a Bowflex the way Sergio's got one in his house and do quad day.
Do you remember when half the NBA was getting in trouble? They were all out there either going gambling, going to the club, accidentally bringing guns places. Like, the NBA was a problem. Gilbert Arenas brought a gun into a locker room because he's stupid. Like, the NBA was a problem. And then all these guys became Twitch streamers, and like the worst thing you get is like Okafor driving 100 miles an hour over the Ben Franklin Bridge. It's like a whole new game now. It's just, man, video games have helped soothe the savage beasts of the world. You know, you need to embrace
That and medical marijuana.
also medical. That was
I'm sorry,
cute.
medicinal.
Yeah, you could just say weed. That was it. there was no caveats on that. I'm happy the NBA said it's okay because I'm just like, what are you gonna do? Stop your entire organization from doing it? Yeah, no. Also, shouts to the NFL.
So, Devin, does that wrap up the MLS news or do we have more breaking MLS? I don't know.
I have one. I have one.
Oh,
I got one.
okay.
I got one. So, Austin signed their first player.
Ah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
They did. Was that Matthew McConaughey?
No, but here's the thing. Aren't you kind of jealous? Just a little bit that Matthew McConaughey is not your owner?
No, because we got Kevin Durant.
Dude,
Kevin
I'm
Durant
still
will
taking
dunk all
First
over
off,
Matthew McConaughey.
I'm still
okay?
taking McConaughey over Kevin Durant as a person, but I'm still here for the Kevin Durant experience. Like,
That's
I'm not
because you're a
against Kevin
Magic
Durant.
Mike 1 fan, not a Magic Mike 2 fan.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
you
no.
take,
I am a Dazed and Confused fan. That's what I am. I go all the way back in the catalog, son. Don't even. But I will say this, and I also retweeted this earlier. Kevin Durant, when Uber bought Postmates, turned his $1 million investment into Postmates into a $15 million output. So, low key, if you're trying to figure out what he's trying to do with this whole union experience, it's flipping money, people. Flipping money.
He took that $15 million and added $1 million and bought into the union.
Flipping money. First off, wait, real quick, I wanted to shout out my dudes from the Post and Pints pod. I know we have some Red Bull fans in the chat. Please be nice to them. They're good people. I know. First of North Jersey. We got people from Camden who are upset with us, and we like Vineland's like, bruh, we came over the bridge for this.
Camden than me.
Look, man, shout outs to Atlantic County, Sea Island this piece. I see you guys.
Shout out to Gloucester County, Camden County.
Gloucester.
Gloucester County, buddy.
Go, man. Oh, man, Gloucester City in this piece. Anyway, yes. But no, like legitimately.
You shouting out Gloucester City is a monumental step forward for all of Gloucester City.
First off, no, I'm out here for the little tiny towns like Tuckahoe. Shouts out to Tuckahoe, New Jersey.
Like, if I'm pimping Camden and you're pimping Gloucester City, the world is upside down right now.
Also, shouts out to Palermo, New Jersey, tiny ass New Jersey. But shouts out, I'm here for it. I'm here for the little butt guys.
Now, Devin, can we get into some news that we all want to talk about?
Yes.
Some news that we all want to embrace. Something about maybe Captain America just crushing dreams of
Blue
other
is
countries.
the color. Football is the game. We're all together. And winning is our aim.
Man, what What play from Pulisic, man? It's just, oh man. If he stays in form the rest of the season,
You mean while he stays in form? Don't even bring that karma into
I'm
this.
sorry. Okay.
By the way, top 3 now. Top 3.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for being
I've lost all
Leicestershire.
hope for top 4, so you guys can do whatever you want. Up
Yo,
there.
So
enjoy the
let's-
Europa Motel, my friend.
Yeah, if we
Let's
get there.
just real quick while we can. Let's kick Tottenham when they're down.
Oh my
So
god.
Good.
Is there a little drama in Tottenham, Devin?
Here we go. How'd I know that?
I
was gonna
mean,
come up?
in what world does a Frenchman go in and try and attack a South Korean war hero?
First,
When did he get the? I mean, what
Chelsea.
is this? Jose Mourinho just is like, hip, yup, jit, yit," and he
I
called
gotta
it
think.
beautiful.
I gotta think that Mourinho was telling Lloris that he needs to be more vocal or something, right? So he just is looking for like the tiniest thing to yell at somebody at, right? And they all know it. They all know he's just looking for something. And that's why they just ended up being fine at the end, because it was all for show. That's what it is. This is the Jose Mourinho short film. It's gonna be in the Amazon documentary. This is gonna be the short film that was directed by Jose Mourinho.
So instead of attacking the biggest, baddest guy in the prison yard, you go after the only Care Bear you have on the team, the one guy that
Correct.
everybody and their grandmother loves. You're like, I'm gonna get on your ass about this.
Son can do no wrong. So it was,
Well, he can't fight a Frenchman, apparently.
went after
I'm a little
TJ
disappointed. I was
McConnell.
waiting for. I was like, come on, son, show us some of that military South Korea
Exactly.
action.
You know, Son could
Nothing.
kill him. Like literally, could end his life with
You know what he did?
techniques.
He took a page out of the French war book and walked backwards.
This whole thing, look, man, and here's the thing about this. I have such a weird relationship with Tottenham Hotspur because I like half of their roster. Like, all of these gentlemen that play for them, I'd be like, yo, these are good people. I like them.
Is it the half that Jose hates?
All of them.
Yes.
Every single one of them, Jose actually
you
hates.
Can,
and
you
it's
can
just
make
like,
a starting 11 that would compete in the Premier League out of players that Mourinho hates.
the
So-
Josie hates starting 11 would win World Cups. Like,
Now,
it
keep
would
in
take
mind-
the world down.
Congratulations, coach. 200 wins in the Premier League. Second fastest riser. Only fifth coach to get 200 wins. Whatever he's
Look.
doing is still he's discarding players left and right, but he's still winning.
I don't know if you guys saw that game. This was
Oh, yeah.
the exact
Oh, yeah.
kind of football that we knew was like he was gonna bring. Is just
Oh.
this boring 1-0. Like, oh man.
Where do you think this jersey? This jersey is a Samsung Adidas Chelsea jersey. This was smack in the middle of the Jose Mourinho years, and literally Chelsea won an entire title, winning games 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0
Now-
after scoring in the 5th minute.
Now that
and
you
just
brought
being
that
like-
up, you brought it up, Adam. We got to weigh in because we were going to do it last week. We ran out of time. Your thoughts on that brand new Chelsea kit?
Okay, so realistically, the blue one, like the all deep blue one, I could leave it. It's not that great. The 3, it's awkward, you know, because it's just like in a world where sponsorships are vertical or horizontal, the vertical sponsorship, just having it just go up the chest like that, it's a little awkward to me, just visually. It just seems very. It's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But the ones they wore today, fantastic. And only because I'm a sucker for pale colors like that. Pale blues are my shit. So that was fantastic to me.
So I was telling Devin earlier, not a fan. The white ones that they had on today with the little dashes on it and everything.
They looked like a pickup truck's like toolbox.
No, I thought it was like a scrub from like a nurse that comes in to like wash your bum before you're getting a colostomy. That's what it looked. I was
There's
like, that's,
specific nurse outfits for that, or could that
I
just
don't
been
know,
nurses
but I'm
as a
making
whole?
that up, man. Yeah.
I was just like,
Man,
is this
roll
an
with it.
spirit? Are you sharing?
So I didn't like the white ones, but after that performance, I go, ooh, I could get me a Pulisic one of those because of how he played.
no,
now
you gotta get the
three-
Pulisic black one of this season.
The 3, I'm not a fan of that. Now, here's the only way as a Chelsea fan I'm going to convince myself to like it. Instead of thinking that it's a really crapple T-Mobile UK company that's spouting that they've got 3G, I'm gonna pretend that it was Allen Iverson is sponsoring the team, and that's Allen Iverson's number on there.
Hold on. Now, I'm dumb. So I don't follow a lot of the reasons why the sponsors changed. Why isn't Yokohama? Is that still Yokohama, or is that
'Cause
like what is it?
Three is a mobile company that's a hot company in the UK, and they outbid Yokohama for it.
It has to be
And
a very hot company because I'm assuming that's like a or that's like at least an 8-figure deal. Is that
probably.
a 7-figure deal?
But-
8-figure deal?
7-figure.
7-figure
yeah.
deal?
per year, but it's
Per year,
probably-
but I'm saying,
but,
like,
but
yeah.
it's probably a couple of year revolving. But the Three company here's their claim to fame. They were the first company in the UK to have 3G.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was like 10 years ago.
Dope.
Why wouldn't they change to like 5G or something?
Yeah,
Like,
are you the first with
that's,
6G? Like, I mean, what? Like,
They
by
might
the
put
way,
a 3 times 2. I don't know, but
remember when you had to go on Facebook.com and it was the slowest version of anything you've ever done in your entire life? We were there first.
Yeah.
I went to the
So,
boarding school. That was the first boarding school or the first high school in America to require all of its students to bring a laptop to it, and they've never mentioned that outside of the tour because it's a stupid thing to mention. There you go.
So we're definitely split on the Chelsea kits, but we can agree on one thing: no matter what they wear, they're still better than Tottenham.
Holy man! First off,
I can't even fight it now. Like I can't. There's nothing I can say that would even be remotely like believable.
Harry Kane's gonna look great in that kit.
so I was actually here's the thing. I was thinking about this. Right, what was there like a sporting equivalent to the Tottenham Hotspur sports story of literally on the cusp of immortality to now being just a complete free fall, just a complete like. Remember what was that movie with Sylvester Stallone in it where he's climbing rocks and stuff and he drops someone's girlfriend the first 5 minutes of it? What was that movie? Cliffhanger. So it's like the first 5 minutes of Cliffhanger where he literally he's holding on for dear life and the woman's like, please don't drop me, I don't want to die. And he still drops her because he's heavy. That is Tottenham Hotspur since the Champions League final.
I have nothing to combat that with.
I was gonna say they're the Smarty Jones of soccer. You know?
Oh
They win
damn,
two.
he's local. Leave him alone. You leave Smarty's good people. He's us. Jose ran that team into the ground. That was a talented roster with a lot of promise and a lot of likable humans.
you know
And
the
he
worst
ran
just
them
like
into the ground.
just like they did to Smarty Jones. They ran him into the ground before the Belmont.
That's fair. You had and your coach. I hope Ponch is somewhere giggling. I hope he giggles.
I don't know if you guys saw this. His son plays in the Tottenham youth system. So this past month, actually last week or so, they signed his son to a new deal, and he was there in like Spurs gear, like with him, like taking pictures and stuff. And I'm like, how can you not love the guy? Like, like he gets fired from the club, and yet he still like rocks all their gear and stuff. Like,
Because this kid's getting paid by the club. They're both getting paid by the
You're
club.
right,
Might as well
but,
wear the gear.
you know.
I mean, look,
Wait till he
here's-
goes to West Ham. You'll hate him, Devin. You'll hate him.
I love this thing because it's just like I look at Tottenham Hotspur and they're just like, we are a top 6 club, and Leicestershire is like, hold on. You just pump the brakes real quick there, Chet Lads. We might
What
be a
team
little
was
bit
that?
better than you.
What team was that?
Leicestershire.
No, that's not.
Leicester.
Leicestershire.
That's
Leicester.
that's not-
Leicestershire.
that's,
It's not how you say Leicestershire.
Leicester.
Leicestershire.
Lord.
I'm still gonna go with it,
All right, Matt,
even though
take
I'm
it away
wrong.
here.
I'm good with it. I'm gonna roll with it. Leicestershire.
Leicester with Jamie Vardy's. I would bid on Jamie Vardy's ankle bracelet that he had to wear when he was in the 3rd division.
Why is he so good at running?
Because he runs from the cops all the time. He's a criminal.
Okay, that's fine.
why.
That he's just so fast, and like he doesn't look like he's supposed to be that fast. Like he looks like he'd be strong, but he just does look like he'd just be that quick at that height. And he's like, nope, gazelle, flipping gazelle.
All right, so we're gonna wrap things up soon, but before we do, I want to get a few questions in here from the stream. So Jared asked a few. First one: which team will perform the worst? So I guess
When the MLS
Dallas.
is back.
Hold on, less. Well, okay. Besides
Dallas.
Dallas and Nashville, give me.
I would say probably one of the West Coast teams. So I think Vancouver is just gonna like lay a massive egg. In this
Who's
tournament.
gonna score the first Union goal?
Aronson.
Wooten.
What will be the most exciting game of the group stage? I don't know if he means just Union games or overall, but
Well, are we still playing Nashville?
We don't know,
let's
but
go
I'm
with
gonna s-
no. Let's go with
So,
no. 'Cause
I'm going to say only because it's new to us. I think the most exciting game will be us in Miami.
I think the Miami game is going to be the most exciting, just because it's going to be a 5-0 drubbing.
I mean, that's fine. That's also exciting, you know.
And Todd Lewis of the Free Kick Pod, he asked what Matt's favorite modern Disney resort is.
Oh my God, Todd, get out!
So here we
Todd,
go.
leave.
So we're ready for the
Todd, I
10-minute
don't need
discussion
that.
here.
A modern resort.
Under 30
Or does
seconds,
he mean
Matt.
moderate? Does he mean
No,
moderate,
it says
like a cheap
modern,
one, or modern?
modern Disney resort or hotel. So
Damn
I
it,
mean,
Jarrett. He meant the
that.
whole tournament. That
No,
means I have to
that's
look
fi-
at the other groups. No, I'm not looking at the other groups, Jarrett. That's my answer.
It's El
My answer is-
Trafico. That's the answer.
Oh yeah, that's which
Like, that's easy.
which obviously MLS conspiracist Adam Booth is just like, oh yeah, somehow the LAFC guy just pulled LA Galaxy in a group stage. That's just random as shit.
Now these groups had to be like meticulously put together for them to count towards regular season and stuff.
The
So.
first match was leaked before the draw. We knew two teams were already in a group before the draw. If that doesn't just what are we supposed to trust? And I think that Charlie Davies is a very nice man, and I don't think he was in on any con. But who are we supposed to trust when they already set up the first game? And the only reason why they pretended like they was, I would think that they already done because it was leaked. If they wasn't leaked, they would have just done the draft and done that whole thing anyway.
Now, Todd, because I didn't forget about you. If you've got the means, the Yacht and Beach Club, that's where you want to stay. If you have the means.
What is the one with the M? I heard it was like the Monterio. What's the one the NBA staying at?
And, well, they're staying all over, but the Grand Floridian is where the Sixers are staying at.
This is the Grand. All right. So what is the creme de la creme? What's the
Grand Floridian.
The Grand Floridian. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get a home equity loan to stay there.
Look, man, I just the thought of going to Disney says $3,000 in my head if I wanted to do
That's
this
for like
properly.
a day and a half.
Right? That's just like that's going to Europe, bro.
I go to Europe way
going to-
cheaper than if I go to
that's
Disney.
going to
I only go to
Europe.
Disney when work pays me. Yeah.
I love it. I just don't get it.
Before Devin cattle prods us and gets us off this, Adam, your reaction, because I think you had an opposite reaction to me. The Jets rookie receiver Denzel Mims
Yeah.
calling Philly a trash city.
Okay.
I saw your quote on Twitter. I know how you feel.
So,
and
here's
you
the
know
thing.
I'm going opposite.
I know. And here's the thing. I'm okay with the opposite opinion here. I'm not against the opposite opinion here. The opposite opinion is very fair because here's the thing. I've been to New York. And New York is a very nice city and has a very lovely parts. It also has as much, if not twice as much trash as Philadelphia could ever hope to have, ever. Not just sheer volume of people. I mean, look, I think Queens is a nice place. Some of my best friends are from Queens. Some of my best friends will tell you that Queens is dirty as hell. But that's another story for another day. He's playing in the swamps of East Rutherford, New Jersey. He's like the closest city to him is Newark. So I think just calling out Philadelphia is a little tone deaf. That being said, we've had entire players like from like Europe and like other parts like say they won't play for the Union because of Philadelphia's reputation a little bit, and it disheartens me. I will see both sides of this. I will stick up for my city and say we like screw them. I don't give a damn. But at the same time, I'm like, we could do some window dressing on Philly and do some things to make us look a little cooler. We don't have to be the grittiness and the no one likes us, we don't care all the time. We can. There's brotherly love, man. Brotherly love.
Denzel, you're from bumfuck Texas. Go back to Baylor. Go back to like driving pickup trucks. Go back to catching COVID. Just you're not ready for the big time. That's why you were like a third, fourth round pick. So enjoy East Rutherford. Enjoy that indoor ski slope. And any chance you get, go back to Texas, chew some tobacco, hit on your cousin, whatever. But see ya.
This is
Care less about this kid.
This is
But
definitely
anyhow.
a good cop, bad cop.
Oh yeah,
This is-
without a
this is-
doubt. Young guy, old guy.
Well,
We play every stereotype.
Here's the thing. I actually feel bad for the gentleman only on this principle. You said that, and therefore you have an entire fan base that you're definitely gonna have to see in at least one preseason game a year because that's how that works. That's not. Look, man. I don't like. Look, you. Even if I'm a strong believer of even if you feel like you need to say something, think about the consequences of that. He just made his life harder. He didn't have to say anything. He could have just
Jalen
lied.
Mills is going
He
to
made
eat
his
that
life harder.
kid up.
Oh man, Green Goblin. I really hope he has a good year. That'd be nice.
Guys, thanks for episode number Chase Utley. It was.
What, Matt?
Oh
What are
no,
you
we'll
doing?
get to it. Don't worry. You know we
Oh, what are
wrap
you
up
doing?
and then do that. You know how the new format is.
Apparently, I guess No, that's fine. That's fine.
But wanted to thank you both and thank everybody on the stream
Yeah.
for episode 26 and viewing party Thursday 9 a.m. So set your alarm, get some sleep on Wednesday. I know you all been on the Netflix way too much, so get some sleep, get ready because they're back and we're gonna have more stuff to talk about. And should we leak it now, Devin? That looks like we're gonna have a player coming on the next pod to report live from the bubble. So get ready for that one. We spoke to somebody and looks like the player's coming on, so we'll have an even better pod for y'all. So thanks a lot, and remember, wash your hands.
Sexy season.
And now it's time for.
And now it's time for your Fusion Minute.
I like it. That's got to be the intro every time now. Like, if it's not the intro, I'm cutting that out. I'm putting that as
Just
the intro
pasting
every
it
time.
over whenever I do. Yeah, please do.
No, he's got to do it live every time like that.
Guys. This one stings. All right. This one actually stings. Okay. So, over the weekend, the Fusion were participants in the 3 seed in the Summer Showdown. You may remember the May Melee, where they finished in the semifinals and were defeated by the Florida Mayhem, who were just a team on a mission that tournament. Well, for the 3rd time in Fusion history, they have made it to a final, and they have lost said final.
Does that sound familiar?
It is the most Philadelphia thing in the universe. And here's the thing about it. They lost over they had I'll start with both games. I'll start with both games. The first game was against the Toronto Defiant. And let me tell you on how that was.
The Toronto what?
Defiant.
Is that French?
Defiant. No. That would be the Paris Eternal. We'll talk about them in a moment.
Okay.
The Toronto Defiant was basically a warm-up match. Even Fronty Astro said after the match, GG, thanks for the warm-up. You wouldn't remember Funny Astro as the support player, the number 1 main support. He usually goes with a Lucio combo, but sometimes with an Ana if it's appropriate. Now,
Wait, so the dog from the Jetsons is on this team?
yes, but he's funnier than that one. Funny
Oh, okay.
Astro.
Ruh-roh.
Now, the problem was you had such a dominant performance against the Toronto Defiant, but here's what was looming. It was the defending champions and the team that just knocked you off a week ago, the San Francisco Shock. They were looming at the other semifinal contest, and by all accounts, you would just assume that's who you were going to meet in the final. They have been an unstoppable juggernaut force. But then the upset, possibly of all the year in Overwatch happened. The Paris Eternal, the 8th seed coming into the North American version of the July Showdown, took the dub against the San Francisco Shock and knocked off the number 1 seed and possibly the best team in all of Overwatch right now.
Wait, aren't they the people that beat the Fusion?
They are the people that beat the Fusion. So
Paris is better than Philly?
Well, we're going to find out for real in one moment. The Fusion went into the final match against the Paris Eternal, and let me tell you, it was a dogfight. Map 1 goes to Paris. And if anyone remembers, the Paris Eternal and the Philadelphia Fusion have already played 3 times this year. All 3 matchups went to Map 5. That means 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. 1 win for Paris, 3 wins for 2 wins for the Philadelphia Fusion. Legitimately, the only loss the Fusion had all year coming into the July Showdown was by the Paris Eternal. So this was a budding, if not fully functioning, rivalry between the two master P's of the Overwatch League. Now, when it came down to
Did
it,
the Fusion do it for Sun? Was that the rallying cry? Since the French attacked Sun?
I mean, hey, you know, it's topical. I will say that. Now we have a Paris Eternal wins map 1, Fusion come in and win map 2 and map 3. Carpe is being Carpe, but the individual that we did not see coming, EQO. Devin, you were there. You were watching.
there.
Let's talk about this Genji activity from EQO.
Beautiful.
It's just
It's only one word. That's all. Like you can't describe it as any more.
The final blows, the shurikens. He was an unstoppable force in a team with Carpe, an obvious MVP candidate. EQO was the man. Shout out to Hizu, shout out to Sato, but it was really EQO's show.
Also,
Go
their
ahead.
support player Alarm. He was playing very well and had a few great plays on Brig there, so that was pretty cool.
I would say, I mean, a lot of people are talking about Alarm for being Rookie of the Year, and, you know, I feel like if the Fusion can come around and win the Grand Final, I think he definitely deserves it. Alarm has outplayed some of the really mainstay support players in the Overwatch League. It's been very impressive to watch. But moral of the story is the Fusion get 2 in a row, and you feel like, all right, the Fusion are taking control of this snap. Now, the finals of all these tournaments are best of 7s. Not just best of 5s like we're used to. So we're going as far as we can go. So the Fusion up 2-1 still doesn't mean they've secured anything. And here comes Paris Eternal. They come and win map 4 and map 5. 2 control maps that both the Fusion drop when, you know, the control maps have usually been their thing. So this is really disappointing to see them drop those maps and go down 3-2. But their fight on Volskaya Industries in map 6 was the stuff of legends. Legends, I tell you. You had Ash play from Carpe, that was fantastic. You had Hizu come in with the Osara, being amazing. You had supercharges left. You had freaking nano blades right. It was just an incredible display of holding a control point in Volskaya Industries, and it forced map 7.
And what
Wow,
happened
now
on
let's
map
get to
7?
the text board. So Max from Mount Airy says, hey, he got a job offer. Congrats, Max. Nice work, buddy. Now, Ricky from Roxborough says, Genji, I think I got food poisoning there. Can you explain that, Adam?
So Genji Inn on Ogons Avenue, don't go there. They've not passed health code in a couple of years, so I would definitely say try to avoid them if you can. Map 7 was on everyone's favorite, Rialto, a paradise in the Italian Riviera. And let me say, the Paris Eternal got all the way to the last point, to point 3. And they almost scored the point, except for a fantastic hold by the DPSs of the Fusion to hold them from getting the 3rd map point. And you thought this is a clear setup for the Fusion just to run away with the 3rd point, get their first title in team history. Party down in South Philly, social distancing, of course. It wasn't meant to be. The Fusion were stopped about a good 40 meters away from pay dirt, and the Paris Eternal got their first title in team history. And the Fusion were once again denied another title. And I'm not going to lie, it's a very, very sad night in the booth apartment. And
Is this like the first 10 minutes of Upsad?
with up, close. This was like, you know, it was it U.S. Open Cup level sad, not quite, but it was close. I'm just saying, it's tough.
Was it
to
Mitch
know.
Williams sad?
To watch Carpe's frustration after failing once again to win a title after he is like, we're talking like Dan Marino here, man. You know, we're talking like greatest of all time to still not have a title. And it's frustrating to watch a man with so much talent struggle.
And to see the way they all reacted on Twitter, like after the fact and whatnot, and like all the Fusion players coming out, and like you could tell that they were just like so, like, distraught over not winning that. But yet at the same time, they're still like sports worthy enough to try to like be nice to Paris and give them their props and shit. But yeah, it was definitely a
We
huge show
we've
down there.
we've got some anger from the callers on the board there. Did you see Jim from Jenkintown, Adam? He said these guys can't get the COVID, so it's not a real sport. So I think everybody's just feeling the anger.
If you don't believe these guys cannot also get the COVID, then I don't know what you're
That's
talking
what Jim
about.
from Jenkintown said, dude. Just don't attack the text board,
First off, Jim from Jenkintown, come see me with your mask on, please, because I don't trust you. Now, but like legitimately, look, man. You know, it's been a while since I felt sports sadness. If I'm honest with you, it was a while since I was just sitting in my room being like, wow.
You should be a
really
Hotspur
just
fan.
Yeah, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about how that feels.
like I'm just saying, it's been a while. It's been a really long time since sports sad, and this was authentic sports sad. I felt, and you know, it was kind of cool to feel it
Might
again.
be
but at the same
authentic
time, sucked.
sad. Not sure if
No,
it's authentic.
It was
sports
sad. There was a competition. I rooted for a team. They didn't succeed. Sports sad. Sports sad.
So yeah, it was almost us losing to Sheffield last week, 3-0. The same feeling. Losing hope of all European competition.
No, see, I
Yeah,
still have
I gotcha.
I still have hope the Fusion are going to win the grand final.
Was it like when your favorite dance group from America's Got Talent didn't get the golden button? Was it that kind of sad, or?
What's the golden button?
I don't know. I'm making shit up.
All right, so to wrap this up here, Fusion play against
The Fusion Minute. If I could hold my breath for the Fusion Minute, I'd be a Navy SEAL.
I mean, hey, give it a shot next time. Let's see what happens.
Fusion play the Gladiators, July 25th. Looks like that's their next one, right?
BLA. 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 Honestly,
Wait, who do they play?
the LA
The
Gladiators.
Los Angeles. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, the Glads.
Global.
The Glads.
July
Gotta
25th. That's a
They got a bye
Sunday,
week this
right?
week. They got a bye week this week. They let the sadness marinate for
Yeah.
another 7 days. So, like,
just
Fusion
when I
fans are
cleared
just-
my schedule.
Yeah, no, Fusion fans are just. Here's the thing, and the best part about it is, Matt, you had zero excuse this week because they played at there was like a 4-hour interval where they're not playing, and the game
I didn't
ended.
know they were even playing.
The
I
game
asked you
ended
last
at
week.
I told you game time. I literally
you
tweeted
didn't.
game time in the
It
chat.
was in the
Devin,
chat. It was-
Devin,
'cause that's the
game
only
time is in
reason
the
I
chat.
knew.
Game
That's how
time
I
is in the
knew it.
chat.
You were
That's
like,
how I
I'm
started
gonna
watching.
I'm gonna watch it on recording from the airport or something.
No, that was the game
I can't
before. I
watch it
told you it
live
was a
with you while I'm
tournament.
watching
That
it.
was the
Alright.
day before. It was a 2-day tournament.
Let's wrap this up here.
Devin, when is this gold getting on the air?
Well, you gotta do some kind of outro here, so I can put that in there, and then we'll stop recording.
Hi guys. If you enjoyed yourself today, you know how to do it. Like, subscribe, 5-star reviews, you know, all those fun things. Maybe some comments. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat with us. I'm sorry we went over a little bit longer with the Fusion Minute. It became like a Fusion 10-minute. But hey, it's
Yeah.
a lot of content today, you know. And if anyone, and I mean anyone, wants to learn about the beautiful game of Overwatch, all you got to do is contact me on my socials, and I'll be able to answer all of your needs. Now, from all of us here at the Sons of Ben podcast, Matt, Devin, and myself, we'd like to thank you for another fantastic episode Kyle Corver. And Matt, do you have anything to say to the nice people?
Just thanks for being out there, and let's get ready for some MLS's back tournament action.
Sexy season.
Wash your hands.
That was
Done.
fun. I had fun. I'm also
Thank you,
tired.
everybody, for watching on there.
That
Yeah.
Fusion Minute was like 10 minutes.
Look, man. First off, no one
You had
stopped
a
me.
lot going on there.
No one stopped me, so I had a lot to say. It was a tournament.
Jim
There was
from
3
Jenkintown
matches
was
in like a
fired up, man.
weekend. It was 3 matches in one weekend, man. That was a lot.
I think Jim from Jenkintown is fake quote.
I'm just gonna be sad when I can't, you know, when we're just not gonna have any more Overwatch this year, you know, or Overwatch is not gonna be the priority anymore because actual other sports are coming back. Because I've had fun having that be my only Philly team.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a weird experience just being able to focus on Overwatch without like other distractions.
I just want those cheap ass robbers to start spending some money. That's all.
They are look, man. They're building the Fusion a stadium. They're spending money. They just don't give a shit about your soccer team. That's all.
Man. Shit.
Look again.
Spend some money.
All right? If you ever want some sobering statistics here, I'll even do this for you right now. Okay. The Philadelphia Union have been a team for what, 11 years now, right? So the Philadelphia Union have 144,000 followers on Twitter, right? The Philadelphia Fusion have been a team for 3 years and have 130,000 followers on Twitter. So I'm just
Union's
saying.
number one.
Yes, by 14,000 with a 7.5 year head start. That's all. I'm just saying this is a thing. I don't know how to stress how much this thing is a real thing. Now, if you want to talk about the Sixers esports team, yeah, they're kind of garbage. That won't last.
I'm taking a quick time out to use the men's room. I'll be right back.
We'll wrap this up here.
Yeah, I know. We
Yeah,
can go.
I could stop the stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be
There's
back
people
next
still
week.
there?
There's people here.
What are you
They
doing?
stuck around for the future.
Go home. Show's over.
We'll be around next week, and hey, good luck this week for against NYC, and I'll be over at Subaru Park. Adam will be down there, I think, at the Larimer.
No, I'm coming to the Roo.
Oh, he's
I'll be
coming
at
to
the Roo.
We'll stop by the Larimer after post game.
Everyone wear a mask, or I'll throw one at your face. That's what's fair.
He comes prepared, 50-pack of masks in his pocket, just ready to shoot him at your face. So
just the hot
let me
dog
clip
gun.
that part. Let me clip that part out.
Yeah, the Fanatic hot dog gun. I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Just literally.
Fun fact.
Wait, did it almost like kill a person?
Well, fun fact, that gun is actually supplied by the company I work for. So there's that.
Fun fact, did you guys almost get sued when that mom almost died?
Yes.
Short answer, yes. Yes, we did. Because I remember that so vividly. The Fanatic shoots a hot dog, it almost kills a person. I'm just like, that's the most Philly story of all time.
You guys are still on?
We don't know why.
We're ending the stream here. See you guys later.
Bye.